Hello, everybody! It's another Sunday night in the Gassel household, and we're here and we're live and we're hanging with you. And we had a great Patreon call last night with all of our patrons. What do you think?
It was fun.
Did you have fun?
Lots of fun.
What did we do?
A lot. We showed off a new possible design. We showed off the tumblers we will be doing for Mischief Toys.
Yeah.
We talked a lot.
Yeah. It was great.
It was so much fun.
I think the main topic of conversation was a reimagining of a current Mischief Toys character, and trying to come up with kind of a path forward for the new character. And I think we came up with some really great notes from all of our patrons. So thank you guys for tuning in and being there last night. Thank you, first off, for being a patron. But secondly, being there last night and helping us sort of frame up what this character is going to be moving forward. I'm really excited about it. And we actually got a call from our friend, I think he's here now, Nick Morgan. We talked about this a little bit today, and Nick Morgan was super stoked.
Yay!
He sounded very excited about everything that we're about to do. So I'm happy about that. This weekend, upcoming weekend, just days from now, we are going to New York, baby. And we typically do not go to New York unless it's for New York Comic Con. Although we always talk about going to New York and traveling around the city without New York Comic Con being, a part of that, that trip. But we're going this time for Toy Fair.
Yay!
Which, it's a long story, but I honestly never thought I would be going to Toy Fair, but I'm really excited about it because it's something that I've read about for many, many years.
Yeah, and it's something that we've wanted to do for a very long time, but we always forget about it until it's like happening, and then we're like, why didn't we do this?
Right. Well, and then another issue is that we weren't sure if we could even get in.
Yeah.
And we were able to send a email, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
No, it's probably been about 3 weeks now.
Was it?
Yeah,
we emailed and
4.
we emailed and Toy Fair came back almost instantly, which is really odd because any convention or anything we ever try to email, they never get back to us. No. Ever. I mean, it just takes weeks or months, sometimes even a year.
Yeah, I've been trying to contact New York Comic Con for about 3 months now.
God, I hope that the New York Comic Con thing works out again this year because it's always so good for us.
It'll work out.
They will not get back to us.
It is very frustrating. Very frustrating.
It is frustrating. But, I'm excited to go to Toy Fair, not only for Mischief Toys and trying to make connections, but also for Gastlecast because I want to walk around. I want to film some stuff. My plan, to the best of my ability, is to come back each day with content and try to post it up on our channel so you guys can see what had happened throughout the day. Somebody had mentioned going live, but I just have a feeling that being live in the Javits Center is going to be a disaster.
Poor idea.
Yeah, it would be a disaster. I don't know.
I don't like the idea of going live anyway at something like that. I would prefer to have it put together properly.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. Anything can happen.
Yeah, well, I mean that could actually be good or bad, actually.
Yeah.
Because if people are tuning in, they're seeing some nonsense going down. Maybe a
Yeah.
fist fight breaks out. You never know what's going to happen. But we're actually talking about now, like depending on how all this goes, maybe we'll even set up a booth next year at Toy Fair
Yeah, and,
with
like,
Mischief Toys
present.
and present. Yeah.
So, Toy Fair isn't really a con or a toy show. What it essentially is a bunch of people within the toy industry showing off what they do, potential upcoming things. There's a lot of classes that talk about things
Seminars.
within the toy industry, like almost like a panel at a con, but it's more so like educational. There's manufacturers. Like representatives from certain companies, like buyers.
Licensors.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, so we're very, very, very excited.
So licensors apparently walk around to all the booths and then they find out like maybe who they're going to work with, the upcoming toy companies to work with. So Heather and I told Heather, I said, I know this is going to sound really, you know, lame, but I want us both to dress exactly the same in Mischief Toys gear.
Cool. Hopefully you got some crop tops because that's what I'm wearing, baby.
But I want to walk around in Mischief Toys gear with our logo on it, the clean Mischief Toys logo. That way people can, you know, might, hey, you know, who's that? Who's Mischief Toys? Or, hey, I've heard of Mischief Toys. I want to talk to them. So I kind of want to put us out there, even though we're not being boothed up there. And, you know, walking around, might even be able to talk to some people while we're there. Have some, you know, kind of Q&A, I think would be great. Companies that we can work with. I think it's going to be a good opportunity for us.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be cool.
This is sort of like our foot in the door. We're not actually going to set up there, but we're just going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Samesies.
Yeah. Making Mischief 3, so no. The other day, Heather posted Making Mischief was coming. Making Mischief 3 was coming.
It is.
It is, but we have to we have some work to do. There's some revisions. We watched Zachary Stone's final cut, which was great.
Fantastic.
But Heather and I, there are some things that we would like to change around. So I think I'm going to get everything from Zachary and sort of tweak some things, and play around with that a little bit. It was about an hour and a half long, which that might sound great. For a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, but for a documentary about Mischief Toys and how things went at New York, I really want it to be fast. I like fast paced and moving, and editing is always, you know, top priority for me. So when Heather and I are sitting here talking, if you watch the full length video, which you have, you've seen unedited content before. We're having a conversation, and sometimes that conversation can just be it's dragging. So I want to make this where it isn't dragging and we're just kind of moving fast pace and doing our thing. I think it'll be fun. So more information about that coming soon. I don't know when, but I'm just saying that look out for it. I of course will post something when it's coming out. Another thing I want to mention is that all of this brand new gear has gone out. We shipped it yesterday. The hats, the shirts, the hoodies.
Sketch Ghastly hats.
The Sketch Ghastly stuff. So if you pre-ordered any of that stuff, that is all gone as well. I wanted to post a video, which I might, on Instagram, saying that everything went out so everybody knows. Because not everybody who collects Mischief Toys or pre-ordered this stuff tunes into everything that we do. So we usually post something that says this, but we didn't do that. I don't know why. I guess you can chalk it up to us being very busy, getting ready. Well, yesterday was nuts because, you know, getting ready for Patreon, and yesterday we set up our very first characters for D&D with our friends. So a big shout out to our friends that came over and helped us out with that. Jess and Frank, they came over and helped us set up our new characters so we could play D&D. And our first D&D game is going to be in like a couple weeks. So I'm really, really excited. I've been wanting to play for years, and I finally am going to be able to dip my toes into it.
I'd prefer you not dip your toes in anything. That's disgusting.
What'd you name your character?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
You don't know how to pronounce the name?
Mm-mm.
Okay. My character, I believe his name is Turfus.
Cool.
Turfus?
Sounds lame.
You guys are amazing and deserve...
Nerda.
So, Merida.
Nerda.
Nerda. That's a
Yeah.
pretty cool name. You guys are amazing and deserve so much great. Oh, thank you. You don't have to say that. I'm so happy to be a part of the community. I've had so much fun collecting again. It's amazing. You're the best. Thank
Aw.
you. Yeah, I'm glad. It's always nice when people say, "Hey, um, Mischief Toys is getting me excited about things again." I love hearing that. I think any toy business, be it a big one or an independent one like us, would love to hear people say that. So that makes me excited to know that we're maybe getting excitement from you about collecting, and maybe you haven't been too excited about it lately. So that's cool. And I think Mischief Toys brings something a little extra special. You know, a lot of people, they talk about limited pieces and I don't know, different things like how about licenses and stuff like that. I like collecting all the Spider-Man things, so I love Spider-Man. With Mischief Toys, I think you get something a little bit different, and that's one. It's obviously we're a small mom and pop shop, independent. We also are, because we're a small mom and pop shop, we pay and have artists who work on our team, and we do what we can for them. We'll keep those guys and having some business, right, as artists, which is great because artists' dream is to make money doing what they love to do. And our artists love Mischief Toy stuff. Every time we go to them, they're super stoked. Not only to be a part of it and to be able to, kind of throw their hat into the ring on some of these great designs, but also seeing a final product. Because I think that's great. To see a figure in hand, I created, this thing. I think that's so cool. And that's the same feeling I felt when we made our very first Ghastly figure. In fact, I really felt that way with the Sketch Ghastly because that was really my art and design on it. Mm-hmm. But that, and then couple that with us, Heather and I, putting our personal touches on everything.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Talk about personal touches. Over the years, like, what are the things that we do?
Well, I made it a very stupid decision for the first Coven coins we sent out. Do you remember that? When I wrapped them all in embossed tissue paper.
I remember. Yeah, I couldn't believe you were doing that.
Yeah, that was really stupid. I shouldn't have done that.
No, actually, it was great. I think that was really great.
Yeah,
Even though at the time it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was a pain.
Yeah.
But as far as personal touches go, every little thing that we do is a collaborative effort, which I think is really special. It'll either be, me and Chris' ideas, or Chris's idea, or my idea, or maybe like a mix of us plus the artist that's working on it. We like to give them as much free reign as possible, but we also still like to steer them in a direction so they're not like, shit, what do I do?
Or feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, and overwhelmed by it. But
how about the Air Glow Ghastly, right? We kind of spun that into something.
Yeah.
By writing words on the front of the boxes.
God. Every time I think about that figure, I get flashbacks of like how upset I was.
Yeah.
Because we made a figure, if you're new, that was supposed to look similar to our original Ghastly, but he was just supposed to be glow in the dark. It was just going to be a glow in the dark variant of Ghastly. And he was sort of like pinkish, which we knew. And when we got him in hand, the head glowed yellow and the body glowed red. And we were like, what the fuck are we going to do with this? And at the time, we were so new, like that sort of issue would have broken us had we not sold it. But
it would have broken us financially.
Financially, yeah. And when we received the initial shipment in, it was just some artist proofs. I was like, we can't sell this. And the thing about us being so new is that if I recall correctly, things were like tied up in customs or something, and we had already ordered like the mass production of it because the images they sent us looked fine.
Yeah.
They looked great.
Right.
And that was something like we learned very quickly. The reason that we need the proofs in hand well ahead of time before we say, hey, go ahead and mass produce it, is because of issues like that.
Right.
So
It was a learning experience.
yeah, well, when we received them, we were on our way to vacation. They literally came in like as we were heading out the door. And I remember going to glow them up and I cried. I was like, Chris, I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, let's just go and have fun this weekend and not think about it. And then we'll come home and, we'll figure it out then. And he decided that we were going to show him live on YouTube. And you guys wanted them, which was crazy to me because I thought they were pieces of shit.
Hey!
But Chris decided that he was going to write words on them in blacklight marker. I got these little stickers made with like a trash can and the piece count on them. And those stickers glow in the dark. And we made it happen.
Yeah, we turned shit into gold. Somehow.
Shit into golden shit.
Shit into golden shit. Yeah, so anyway, when you're buying for Mischief Toys, you're getting this very I guess a personal sort of touch on the whole thing, because it's Heather and we're in it usually for the most part cradle to grave. Mm-hmm. We are in it to get the idea rolling, and then we are in it. Did you just fucking fart?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I had to.
Can you just get up and...
I regret it.
Can you just get up and leave?
Lot.
Like, why would you do that? Like, I'm sitting here trying to have a conversation. What the fuck? Are you serious? No, it's not funny. I'm not going to laugh at it because it's ridiculous that you're doing this. You're disgusting. No.
It's so
No,
weird.
Don't stick your tongue out and laugh because it's not funny. Anyway, Heather's trying to kick me out of the room, apparently. We have this. We have the personal touch on this whole thing, and I think that's what makes Mischief Toys special. But there's something I did definitely want to discuss in this video or in this live, because I'm really bummed out. So, Mike Becker's new endeavor. Mike Becker's new endeavor is different and interesting, and we had to the other day I had to make a video because I could not believe the negative comments that people were throwing around on our video that we had made about Mike Becker's new thing.
Man, I should have saved the part for now when people are being shitty over that whole thing.
So when I started to see all these negative comments, I'm thinking, what is going? Like, why are we doing this? Like, what really is the point? Now, let's go back, okay? When Heather and I, made videos and stuff, and we would yell trash and everything. Let me just be straight up with you. What we were doing was out of the sake of comedy, and for the most part, we didn't hate or trash or think anything was the worst thing we've ever seen. Although,
with a few exceptions.
Although, I think that sometimes we don't realize that some people are taking us very seriously, and when we're sitting behind this table, we're under the impression that people understand that we're joking, but maybe not. Now, there have been times where I said the way that Funko has done things or other companies have done things are trash, which I'll stand behind for the most part, because some of the moves that are made, like, people being treated unfairly, artists being treated unfairly, don't agree with any of that. There's been a lot of things that have happened over the years, and I'm not going to continue digging deeper into what we've done. But I guess I'm really shocked in the fact that Mike Becker he's Fun Maker Mike. And Mike Becker is a really great human being. He makes or has these really great ideas, which made Funko what it is today. Well, maybe it is not what it is today, because what it is today is what I don't understand even what it is right now. But he made it fun. He brought in fun days. He had all these lovely and great ideas. And so now, here we are, Mike is dipping his toes into doing something that Heather and I aren't like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing that we've ever seen, and it's like totally our thing. If he had released some horror figures or something, right, then maybe Heather and I would be, going crazy. But the reality is that we had no expectations that Mike Becker was going to create something that was going to make us go goo goo gaga. I I knew whatever he was going to do, he was going to do it for the sake of fun and for the sake of something that he personally wants to do. Because he had to be sort of he was dragging around Funko for so long and just hanging in there and trying to do right for the fans, right by the fans.
And I still don't even know exactly what his role was when he was leaving, because that's such a big company that there's
he was the head of one of their, I think it was Funko South.
Yeah, but like what, like it's not like he's only creating all of the coolest design. Like he founded Funko, he created Funko, but then he sold the company to Brian Mariotti. He still had a hand in it.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's personally making every single decision.
No.
And people are acting like he is like Mr. Funko, which sure, he created it, but it's almost like he has to be Mike Funko. Like his name isn't even Mike Becker, it's just Mike Funko. Like that's who he has to be for his
for the rest
whole
of his life. Yeah.
And he's not allowed to do something that he wants to do.
I call him Funko Man. Yeah, because that's kind of what people are saying. So I guess what really bummed me out today is that I saw it in our own group on Gastlecast. We went together. Now, look, everybody has their right to say how they feel, and I would never want to stop that. I guess I'm a little bummed out in the fact that people are being so hateful about it, and they're not. In other words, it isn't like, hey, Funmaker Mike is doing what he wants to do, and I think it's fun. There's like people saying, oh, belongs in Five Below, and trash or whatever. Obviously, those types of things will come from us. But, these comments that are like very degrading. And, I think Mike went to Japan with Dave. They found they found things that they wanted to make. Yeah. Right? So they're it's like a callback to the stuff that they were seeing in Japan. And I think that's awesome. And then they put them in the little ramen cup. I mean, that's so Mike Becker.
Did you see what they revealed in their video? They have like a little almost like a pog inside of a seasoning packet to show you like what the character is.
Oh, really?
Like inside of a ramen like it's a little foil packet.
It shows you how I was reading just the comments. I didn't even watch the goddamn video.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah.
So I think that what he is making is adorable. Is that right. What I normally collect? Fuck no. But I love cute.
Right.
I love cute. Like the penguin is adorable. The spaceman is so cute. Like I'm really excited to see what comes of this line. I love the packaging. I think it's very unique. I don't like, some people are saying, it looks like sodas. It reminds me of sodas. Well, okay. I mean, how do you make something 1000% original?
I agree.
Like the color yellow exists, so if you make something that's yellow, is it going to look like something else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
weird
really,
analogy, but
it is a weird analogy.
I don't know where you're going with that.
My point is that I think what he's doing is unique, and I think it's fun. And, while you can maybe find a penguin toy in other places, this is a penguin toy in a ramen cup, and you can get a Chase that's eating ramen.
And it's from Mike Becker, right? So that's the difference. Is that I think it's unfair to say that it's not great. I'm sorry, let me rewind. I think it's unfair to say that it's garbage, because I think there are going to be fans for those things.
For sure.
We also got comments where it's like we're like S and D. We're S and some D right now, like Mike Becker's S in his day. But the thing is that what
is the point? Like
in other words, we're just like kissing ass.
No, but why does that matter? Well, why do I have to? Because here's the thing. We have been on YouTube for how long's it been? Coming up on 8 years, and we've always spoken our mind, no matter what it is, whether it's positive or negative. There is nobody that I need to impress. I literally do this for me and for the sake of entertaining people. So what is the point of me doing. I don't want to
You're
be
saying
sponsored.
S&B?
Yeah, I don't want to be sponsored by Funmaker Inc. I have no reason to.
We got our own thing.
Yeah,
we don't need anybody.
No,
We've never needed anybody.
We own a toy company. We
did all this on our let's rewind. We did all this on our own, and we've been at it for almost 8 years, right?
Yeah.
We don't need anything. Now, the only thing I would say is that Mike Becker, I'll give you history on how all this played out. Long time ago. Many years ago, Jason Swoboda, our friend from $7 a Pop, he's friends with Mike. He's pretty close with Mike. And he reached out and he said, I talked to Mike Becker about you. Talking about Gastlecast. And this is back in the trash days. And Mike was like, what's up with those guys? I heard about them. Why are they so mean? I think is what he said. I think those were his words. Why are they so mean? And Jason goes, I think they're misunderstood. He goes, they're my friends. They're really funny. And he goes, and that's really all they're trying to be is funny. It's a humor thing. And Mike Becker understood it. And from that point forward, Mike Becker was like, okay, I get what they're doing. Like, this makes sense to me. And so we were always pretty cool with him. Then we met him at New York Comic Con in 2022. And when we were at New York Comic Con in 2022, he looked at us and knew exactly who we were. Mm-hmm. And we chatted with him. And from that day forward, we've always had a pretty good relationship with him. He's treated us really, really well. And so the way that I look at it is, Mike Becker, to me, is a legend. And in the video that we created for the first New York Comic Con Mischief in New York thing, when we went up to Mike, I told Mike, he said, like, why'd you do this, or where did this come from? And I said,
when we were showing him
the
our
figures
and
that
we had for New York.
We started Mischief Toys because of you, and it was true. Because without Funko, we wouldn't have.
No,
I would have never thought to do what we're doing with Mischief Toys unless Funko was a thing.
If it weren't for Funko, we likely would have never started collecting. If it weren't for Funko, we likely would have never started a YouTube channel. If it weren't for Funko, we certainly wouldn't have ever created Mischief Toys. So we owe a lot to Funko and to Mike Becker for creating Funko.
100%. We're just a couple of goons from Maryland who we are not artsy people. We were very before Funko. I didn't even collect toys. I hadn't even gotten into it yet. Funko got me into collecting toys. So I guess we are not the typical arty independent toy company people. You know how like a lot of these independent toy companies, they're making figures and stuff, and it's very like hip, I guess, or like underground hip.
Yeah.
Like people are really into it. Like a lot of it has to do with like tagging.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. You know, it's like almost like a movement is like kind of in there somewhere too. We're not like that.
No.
We just want to have fun and do stupid shit. And just
cool shit.
And throw things against the wall and see what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we've done everything that we've done up until this point. Mike Becker is starting this thing, and it's small. Mm-hmm. And he is doing sort of the same thing. He's trying to figure out his way of what the future is going to be. And people are like, well, it's not going to be the next Funko. And I'm like, all right, I get what you're saying, but what is that what we're... Like, where did that come into the conversation, I guess? I missed that part. Like, why? So are we suggesting that anything that Mike Becker does, he's trying to make a new Funko? Like, what are we talking about? I don't understand. Maybe they're just making a point of saying that it's not the next Funko, but you could be wrong by that.
But now, hold on, but is that an insult? Because look where Funko is today.
It's not an insult, but what I'm saying is I don't even think it matters. It shouldn't even enter the conversation, but I think people are making the point of, this isn't, like, Funko started in a different place. And by the way, it was mostly licensor stuff. Look at the very first Wacky Wobblers, Bob's Big Boy. That's a licensed thing.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how... he's doing something totally different. Out of the box thinking, totally different. And I find that to be very interesting. That's kind of what intrigues me and makes me excited about it. But let me tell you something. At this event that he's putting on, you're going to see lines of people.
Oh, yeah.
Wanting this stuff.
People are going to be there, like, at least the night before.
People are saying right now they're not going to collect it. I guarantee you that at some point, something is going to be released by Funmaker Inc. and people will be buying his products.
People are already, he already has a market for what he is putting out.
He does. But it's just strange to me that we're seeing like an overwhelming amount of hate for this guy who provided us so much damn fun. Like, why aren't we just backing him? Like, what is our purpose for being so hateful? Like, you could say, hey, this isn't for me, but I can't wait, to see what Mike Becker does next, or I'm hoping he does really well with this.
So here's the thing. I don't think you should blindly back something if you're not into it. However, I don't think there is a need to be as hateful towards a startup, especially. Like, it would be one thing if he were like 4 years down the line, there's nothing that you like, you think it looks like shit, and you're like, okay, I'm done waiting, this is stupid, peace out.
Right.
But the fact that he said this is the very first line, which means there's going to be more of Funmaker Inc. So there's Funmaker Inc., and then this is just the first line. So it's like Funko and Wacky Wobblers. Next could come like sodas, or next could come Funko Pop. You know what I mean? So we don't know what else they have coming, which I find super exciting because, like I mentioned earlier, what he's put out, like, first of all, I love ramen. But second of all, I'm not into typically, like, the design of what he's done.
It's not your cup of tea.
Cup of ramen.
Not your cup of ramen.
But I find them adorable. I want them. And again, it's not something I would typically go for, but I like how unique they are. I fucking love the little ramen seasoning packet. Like that made me so excited when I saw that today. I like squealed with excitement.
You what?
Squealed with excitement.
No shit.
I did.
Was it like that fart you put out earlier? Because that squealed too. It did. It made a very weird noise.
But if something that I'm not even like crazy into is getting me that excited, I can only imagine what's going to happen when he comes out with, say, like a superhero line or like a robot type line, like Transformers.
What I want? Can I tell you what I want?
Yeah.
Okay. And we don't get enough of it. And we even try to do it because I want to do more with it. I really want to go harder with Tiki stuff.
Tiki would be fun.
I personally love Tiki stuff. And I would love to see him do a line of figures that are like inspired by Tiki stuff.
That'd be cool.
I would like to do more of that with Ghastly, all of our characters. I want to do Tiki. Steven Skolansky said not too long ago, Tiki mugs. I really, really want to do that. Write that down, by the way, because that's something I need to look into. But I think Tiki is a lot of fun, and you could do so much with it. Color variations, glow in the darks. You could do black lights, skulls. You know what it reminds me of? Anytime I think Tiki, what do you think I think of?
Trader Sam's.
Yes, from Disney.
In Disney.
And you can play around with that stuff so much. And I like that. I like that goofball, cartoon, Tiki, silly, horror, silly stuff. And I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how I've been feeling lately.
It's fun.
Yeah. Because I love Tiki Ghastly.
I love horror. I love horror anything. I'm with you with the Tiki stuff, but oh my god, Tiki horror.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point. Because remember that glass I got from Tiki Sam's? It's like a zombie.
The zombie, yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of shit. Yeah, I like that.
But that, like, someone might not be into that. But they might be super into the Japanese style art toys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's something for everybody, and I don't think that it deserves as much bullshit as it's getting. Like, it's really shitty what I've been seeing. And I don't know if it's just, like, Funko collectors as a whole and, like, expectations, but, like, this isn't supposed to be the next Funko. He made it a point to say, like, we're not a $1 billion company. Like, these are unlicensed products.
Yeah. So he's doing something different and fun.
Yeah,
it just bummed me. I wanted to bring it up. I know I shouldn't make that the center of the conversation that we're having tonight, but
that's a big part of why we're going to Toy Fair.
Yeah, we would not be going to Toy Fair if it weren't for hearing from Mike Becker about this.
Yeah.
Mike Becker basically was like, "We would love you to be at our event." He called Heather on the telephone, and Heather, I come in from work, and Heather's like, "You're not going to believe who called me today." I was like, "Okay," because we don't get phone calls like ever, other than your grandma.
My grandma.
And
Heather's 6 times
like,
a day.
she's like, "Mike Becker," and I was like, "What? Really?" Because we hadn't heard from him in a little while. And she's like, "Yeah, he wants us to go to his event at New York, and we're going to check out his new products." And by that time, we hadn't seen what the product was. No. He wasn't laying the cat out of the bag.
We didn't see the product until he unveiled it online.
So that's when we ended up going for the Toy Fair tickets, or whatever you call it, passes, to attend. Because we're like, well, if we're going to his thing, we might as well attend Toy Fair, because we've never been, and it would be really great for Mischief Toys. It's sort of a blessing in disguise. Like, if he wouldn't have said anything, it would have passed us by again.
Absolutely.
So I'm really glad. I'm really glad for that. So thank you, Mike Becker. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't even be doing Toy Fair. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate his invite to the thing. And you know, he really wants his friends to surround him. You know, people that he knows in the community that are back. You know, they got his back. You know what I mean? And he knows we've got his back.
Yeah,
we do, through and through.
But I would like to say something. If I absolutely...
You're not going to believe this. You're on a video on the internet right now. You don't have to say you got something to say. You can just say it.
Oh, really?
It's shocking, I know.
That's cool. I wish people in the comment section would say that they have something to say before hitting me with, like, "You're a fucking bitch, Heather." But...
Nobody's saying that, are they?
I've been called a bitch a couple times. But, if we saw this and we weren't into it, I wouldn't be able to put on like, I don't care who the person is. I wouldn't be able to say, like, I'm excited for this.
You talking about his new thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's great that he's doing something that he wants to do.
Well, I'm going off of what we had said about, you know, people saying that basically we're trying to get in his... someone used the words good graces.
Well, we're already
first
there.
of all, we already are. Second of all, I don't need to be in anybody's good graces, because the whole point of this channel is, like, we enjoy collecting. We enjoy collecting what we like, and we want people to collect what they like. Like,
it's our job to show, like, what's out there.
Yeah.
And we don't have to like it all.
No.
We have plenty of people yelling at us that the Machine Gun Kelly Gold, Funko Gold, was great.
Yeah, well, it was fucking dumb, but people like it, so it's not dumb to them. Like, I don't really know what else to say. Would you say it's trash, Heather? Yeah, I think. Wow. I don't like Machine Gun Kelly as a person from what I know of him. So, and I think he looks sort of goofy. Like, I think his decisions and, like, what he wears is really annoying.
Guy. He's a weirder guy.
The nail thing with Megan Fox. Remember the chain? He
screwed that up. He ain't with her anymore.
Yeah, that, well, I heard she's sort of weird too. But that nail thing, like, sealed the deal for me with him. I was like, okay, that's fucking too much.
Did you ever see her toe thumb? Did we ever talk about that?
Yeah, you showed me the toe thumb.
Yeah, the toe thumb.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it in a video.
So, most exciting thing for Toy Fair?
I'm not done.
Oh, you still got more. Oh, great.
But the point of this whole thing is, we run our channel how we want to run it. We say the things that we want to say. And if we don't like something, we're not going to pretend like we fucking like it. And if we don't like it, we'll be vocal about it. Right. And why is that? Because we want to collect cool shit. And we've already proven that we have some sort of influence, whether, you know, it's widely recepted or not. We
widely received?
Received, yeah, recepted. It's widely recepted.
You're talking about us making change and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
We changed like a Funko?
We changed a Funko Pop. We were approached by the current CEO of Funko and said that they were made aware of customer service issues because of one of our videos. And they immediately, the very next morning, first thing they did when they got into the office was got on the people who were supposed to be taking care of things properly and said, find all of the issues and fix them. And that really means something to me. Like, we have some sort of a voice. So if I don't like something and I say, like, you know, I feel like this would do better this way, or, you know, we're really excited about collectibles that are unique or that are low piece count or that are this or that or that. That could have influence on what we collect. And I only want to see cool shit. I want to collect cool shit. So if there's something that I think doesn't quite hit the mark, I'm going to say it. Because, you know, that may influence something in the future.
Yeah.
As small as our channel is, it could possibly do that. I mean, someone who is like a nobody in the toy world right now, like meaning not that they're nobody, but somebody who has a dream to be in the toy industry and they're just, you know, they're collectors right now and they're bullshitting and they're like watching these collector channels or whatever and they're trying to figure out what do people like. And then one day they take all of this knowledge and they're like, you know what? Those two idiots on the Gastlecast said that, you know, this would be really cool. And I agree with that. And that's what I'm going to make. So for us to sit back and bullshit and pretend like we like something when we don't would be fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I just want to see cool stuff.
Well, I just
want to see people do well.
I like to be vocal about what I don't like and what I do like, but you know, when it comes to somebody's brand new thing, like when Brian came out with Thrill Joy, and you know, he was excited about it, and I remember before our interview, he went on and on just to you and I alone, without it being filmed, about just how excited he was about this endeavor, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like seeing him happy, Mike Becker seeing him happy. Look at all the videos that Mike Becker and Dave have posted.
They're so fucking excited.
But just like leading up to it, right? It's an exciting thing for them, and for people to like sort of squash that and I don't know, just kick in this hater juice, man, is like so. I don't know. There's something gross about it. I don't know why people feel the need that's. I don't know. There's just something wrong about that. I don't know. You can sit here and say, well, Chris, you guys trashed Funko product. You could tell me that all day, and I've heard it. I've heard it maybe a little too much sometimes, but I get what you're saying. But we're talking about Mike Becker's brand new company. It's not Funko level. We could sit here and trash Funko every single day, which we did for a little while. Yeah. And it's not going to affect Funko. It's not going to hurt them. They're still a business. They're still selling product. And people are like, who is Gastlecast? What is it? What are you talking about, a trash video? What does that even mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Not everybody knows who the fuck we are. No. And we don't have that many views and subscribers. We're not a billion or a million subscriber, you know, followed channel. We say what we want and have fun with it and do all the things. And I think that our job today is much different from then years ago. Years ago, it was we need, and it still is, we need to fight for the viewers and the people who are customers to these companies. And if they're being ill-treated, I want to make note of that. I want to talk about people who are screwing fellow community people, right? Like people like we talked about not too long ago. The person who took everybody's money and ran these little tiny companies. But also backing the small guys. Like how about Gravy? As an example.
Fucking amazing. That's
a figure that we really happen to like, and I would like to talk about it on the channel when new figures come out. I want to give support. Chomp. We love Chomp. Want to give Chomp support. Who else? Barely Available. We love Barely Available. Want to give them support. So, you know, it's not our job just to trash people, but also uplift them.
What blows my mind is that those companies exist and you don't see hate like this for them. And I think it's because everyone really does expect Mike Becker to be Funko.
They expected that of Brian too.
It's like they want them to create a Funko Pop but call it something different. Mm-hmm. I mean, what else would they create?
Here's what I think. I think this is what people are saying, okay? Let's try to make sense of this. They want to see innovation. And so when we're talking about Thrill Joy, in my opinion, is a different way of producing these collectibles. Mm-hmm. So you have a miniature figure inside this box. It has a really cool background. It's sort of like a art piece, in my opinion. You stack them all together. it looks like something out of out of the film, right?
Mm-hmm.
The character and their film. I think that's cool. It's fun. Mike Becker is doing this thing with his, this new miniature figure that's inside of ramen cups. These are things we've seen variants of this stuff before. These people who don't like what they're seeing, they want to see innovation. Hey, these are the guys that create a Funko Pop. We want to see them make the next big thing. What is the next big thing?
But you don't have to make a big thing.
I understand what you're saying. I'm telling you that's what they expect. They want to see the next big thing, that innovative thing that's going to change the collectible landscape, because that is what Funko Pop did. Funko Pop changed. If look just generally at collectibles right now, Funko Pop, all these fans, you had all these people who collected toys and collected different things. When Funko Pop came around, the amount of fan base built so largely. Like when we first started collecting in 2015, 2014, we would go to stores and nobody knew what the hell we're talking about.
Which is crazy because Funko had been around for like 15 years by then.
I can mention Funko to a person who may be much older, like an elderly person, and most likely they'll know what that is now. Yeah. Like things have changed over the course of many years. So people want to see something big come from Mike Becker and from Brian. They expect them to come out with something that's just going to completely change the game. And from the little that I know from both of those guys and how innovative they have been, we know little bits and pieces behind the scenes of what's going on. Obviously, we can't talk about it, but what we do know is there is some innovation and some major waves that are going to be heading our way.
Yeah. From
what I know. And I am... You fart again?
No.
You farted again? Mm-mm. You allow me to talk. It was almost like a thunderstorm when it's like you hear thunder and then that's when you release the fart because no one would hear it. I know what you're doing. But what I know is coming. I don't know how soon, but we're talking game changer shit. I mean, for real. And I'm not saying that just to say it, right? And to act like I know everything and I'm the, oh my God, Chris and Heather, they have the scoop on everything, because that is not true. But we have the scoop on most things, which is true. But I do know that big things are coming. And look, I told Brian Mariotti myself. I said, Brian, in order for the collectible business to continue moving strong, Funko was the big guy. Funko toppling over sort of hurts the collectible business in such a way, because then people start backing away from the collectible business. Because they're like, well, I'm not going to... Let's put it this way. There's a lot of people in the world who are not very smart, and they consider their collectibles as an investment. When people no longer see it as an investment, and they're not buying like they used to, then that market, and you're not buying those products, you're one, hurting the company, but then the market itself is dying off too. That's what's happening with Funko. So I said to Brian, somebody in the big guys need to create something that does change the landscape of the collectible industry. And I think Brian heard that and he's like, let's go. Like, let's do it. Right? And I think that's the way that he's looking, because he has what is needed to do that.
Yeah.
You and I don't.
Fuck
like,
no.
We can't, because we don't have the money. We don't have the resources. We are literally two boards that are just leaning against each other to make sure that we continue to stand up. That's all we are, you and I. And then we have a wonderful community that surrounds us. I think that Mischief Toys could do bigger and better things, but we really need a big guy to do bigger and better things in order for us to do the same. So it's like, for all the little guys to be able to do big and cool things, we need the big guys to be doing big and cool things.
Because collectibles need to be hot.
You got to have hot collectibles, you know. And then we're also in a really weird place right now with the world the way that it is. So obviously that doesn't help with the collectible community. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't seem to be hurting Pokemon at all. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you're trying to catch one right now as I'm talking.
Yep.
That's incredible. But like the Pokemon, like the collectible cards.
Fuck, he ran away.
The collectible cards, as an example. I don't think that seems to be just getting more and more popular every time we talk about it. So I want to see these guys do well, not only for the sake of Mischief Toys, but just because we really like these guys. Talking to them, hearing stories about them, maybe hearing some past things that have occurred, really was like, do I believe it? Do I not believe it? Do I dislike these people because I'm hearing he said, she said? Or should we really get to know them and like them based off of what we know in conversation or getting to know them? And based off what I know about these two guys, Brian and Mike, they're both incredibly great guys. And all they have ever done with us so far was try to help us or befriend us or have a friendship. And they're just incredible. And so I want to be there for them if I like it or not. Right? Like, I don't have to love what they're doing, but I can at least say, I think it's fucking cool what they're doing.
Yeah.
And there's so much hate for these two guys. And these two guys, most of us are collectors because of the two of them. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand what's happening. It's crazy to me. I just don't understand. So I'm excited to see them at Toy Fair. We're not Brian. Brian will not be at Toy Fair. But Mike will. And so I'm excited to see Mike there. I don't know if he's going to be... I guess he'll be at Toy Fair itself.
I don't know if he's going to actually be
So we're going to be at the event. So we'll meet him at the event. But at Toy Fair itself, I don't know if he'll be there. But I hear... Somebody said here Funko's at Toy Fair, which is cool. So maybe we can go and see them if they want to see us. Mondo, they specifically reached out and said they'd like us to come by and they want to see us. So that's great. I love Mondo. So I want to see what they're up to. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really good for us.
What if we, like, you know, we were talking about all this, like, yeah, Mondo wants to see us, and we get there, and they just called us over so that they can fucking bully us?
That would be great.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my God, I'm going to film as much as I can, so if that happened, I'd have to film it all.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'd have to have it filmed, for sure. Yeah.
But I always think about that like a little old bait and switch.
So we have always been sort of like disliked, I guess, in the YouTube community. Not disliked, but people stay far away from us because they're trying to build relationships with Funko, and we were never really after that. So we were sort of like the redheaded stepchild. And the other YouTube channels sometimes would get close to us. I would say, oddly enough, and I think there's a good reason for it. Top Pops always would kind of talk to us and be friendly with us. But I think Top Pops is so big he doesn't have to worry about any issues with somebody like us. But a lot of other channels that were same size or a bit bigger, they wouldn't have a relationship with us. So we never cross-pollinated with anybody. We never teamed up with anybody, really. Except for the very beginning. Remember? Mm-hmm. We teamed up with that jackass very beginning. Yeah. There were a couple jackasses. I kind of sucked. No, I'm not going to say names, but I'm just going to say it sucked because you think you build relationships or friendships and you really don't. It's all bullshit. But it's nice that we're getting the friendships in the toy community instead of YouTube. Well, not instead of, but at least we're getting it in the toy community, even though we didn't get it in the YouTube community. So yeah. It's nice. You know who else has been really gracious and really nice?
Who?
Is Sidekick Inc.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's been really great. I really like him. Wasatch Pop has always been cool. I always liked Wasatch Pop.
You know how we met Sidekick Inc.?
Yeah, through
Poppin' Off Toys.
Poppin' Off Toys.
That was awesome.
Many years ago. 2022? 23? 23. 23?
I think it was 22.
Was it 22?
I could be wrong.
God. Where has the time gone? What is going on?
It's crazy.
It is really crazy. But we're going this year to Toy Fair, so it should be fun. I'm excited.
I am so excited.
Top thing you want to do while you're at Toy Fair? Anything specific? Learn.
Yep. And then another thing outside of Toy Fair is I really want to go to the Harry Potter store. Really bad.
Why? I don't understand. We've been there like twice. What do you need to go again for?
I haven't been in like a year and a half. I would really like to go again. I just really enjoy being there. Even if I weren't to buy anything, which, I mean, I think I've spent over $400 each time, the 2 times we've gone. But even if I didn't buy anything, I love it.
What am I doing?
Hanging out with me.
Where are you taking me?
Wherever you want to go.
No.
We can go wherever you want.
Anywhere? Mm-hmm. I don't even know. I don't even know where to start. I can't think of anything that I want to say.
Oh, man. I thought you were going to say Pound Town.
Whoa! I didn't think of that. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. You got this place inside of New York this time, right?
Yes, I've only stayed in Times Square once.
We're staying in Times Square?
Mm-hmm.
What?
We're staying in Times Square.
Why are you doing that?
Because it's going to be fun.
What the I really don't understand what we're doing. Why are you shitting? I don't like it. It's disgusting, Heather. God, what time is it? It's already 9 o'clock. For Christ's sake. Heather's blowing her ass out. This is going to be my first toy fair as well. Very excited. Oh, very good. That's awesome.
Yay!
It's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be great. Mischief Toys is blowing the F up. That's what's up. Thank you, Damien. Appreciate you, man. God. Blowing the goddamn roof off the house, man. When did you become so gross? I just don't understand.
Oh, shut up.
No, really. How long? How long has it been? I gotta ask your dad. I need to know. Anything else?
I was going to show you where we're staying in New York.
Is it somewhere nice?
It's very nice.
Is it?
Very nice.
Okay. See, the problem I have with this is that I got to drive into Times Square. That's going to be a nightmare.
It's really not that bad.
What do you mean
it's really
not that bad?
It's really not that bad. Like, you think it's bad. It's really, like, we're, like, literally on the outskirts. It's not a big deal.
Wait, hold on. How far away are we from Javits?
I think
walking
it's, like...
distance.
Walking distance, I think, is, like, 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Are we going to walk there?
Mm-mm. It's cold.
It's going to be in the 50s, I think. You're right. We should probably Uber, though.
Yeah, we'll Uber.
Because I'm not driving to Javits. I just want you to know that now.
No. So let me show you on a map where we're at.
Oh no. I'm getting a stuffy nose, Heather. I am getting sick. I've been dizzy all day, like extremely dizzy, and now I feel like it's coming on. It's coming on.
So Javits is like right here. That's where we're at.
I can't see. Where?
We are right here. That little dot, and Javits is right here. So we're not like in Times, like with the big bright billboards and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
How? Okay. So I guess we're not that far away from the event on Saturday?
Let's see.
What's the place? What's it called?
I'm not telling you what it's called.
No, the place. No. The place that we're
Miniso.
Miniso. Okay, Miniso. Okay. Now, Miniso is just a store that sells products. It's not like it's not a place to eat, right?
Right.
Okay.
We're 3 minutes from there. It's a 5-minute walk. Look, that's where we're staying. That's Miniso.
Oh wow! So we could walk there.
We could.
You fart again?
No. I moved this guy. And then here's Javits. It's a 7-minute drive.
Oh, it's a long drive. Okay. I mean, long for the city.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe not long for the city.
No. I mean, like, we're going to be at stoplights for 6 of those minutes. That's basically what that means.
Yeah, right. Okay. Interesting.
How far are we from Harry Potter?
Oh, for Christ's sake, Heather. I don't know if I can handle that. Chris's eyes are watering from getting crop dust. Dude, you don't have no idea what's going on over here.
8 minutes.
Disaster. 8 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, I guess we can go to the
Yay!
Harry Potter show.
Can I? I'm really excited.
What if I threw the hammer down and said no? This time we ain't going.
Okay, then I'm not going to Toy Fair, you motherfucker. Look.
That's our room?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a Holiday Inn. Stop, Heather. It sounds like a family of ducks. That's disgusting. Please.
Okay,
like,
sorry.
save them for out there. Like, I don't need this. I don't think you understand. I really don't need this. This is too much. It's
You're
too
too
much.
much.
You crossed the line with the fucking farts, man.
Oh, my favorite thing. Look.
I'm getting sick.
Of my farts?
No, I can feel myself falling down.
I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah, my immune system is going away. My nose is getting stuffy. I knew something was coming on.
So Dean Blockley made the funniest comment ever earlier, and I didn't want to, like, stop our conversation because it was very serious.
Okay.
So Dean said, "You can do all that, but your criticism can't get Sklansky to buy a better fucking microphone."
That's true. He does have a microphone in space.
Yeah.
Remember that. Yeah.
David said, "Hey Chris, I'm in my 60s and a new collector. It's never too late to start."
100%.
Justin McKenzie said, "Funko made it easy for everyone, especially non-collectors, to start it, at least get a few since their licenses were so diverse. To say they changed the game is a massive understatement."
Absolutely.
Then they went public, and it was downhill from there.
100%. Yeah, I mean that's the bad turn. You know, it's funny because the company I work for, I don't talk about who I work for or what I do or anything. And I appreciate people not trying to pry. I don't think it's something that belongs on the internet.
They do.
But the company that I work for, there was like talks about the company going public also. And I remember saying, this is around the time that Funko went public and it wasn't looking good. And I remember saying to my management, I was like, yeah, going public probably isn't going to be a good thing, you know. And I kind of was speaking from a place I knew about Funko. And they were all talking about how great it was going to be. And
that's like, what people do. They get these ideas and they think it's going to be the best thing ever. And then...
No.
Yeah. I remember I had a boss years ago. It was like 15 years ago now. At the first salon that I worked at. And he got this like shitty health insurance because like one thing about hairstylists is like typically unless you work for a chain, you likely won't be getting like health insurance through your work.
Right.
And he wanted to do like a health insurance thing and he was like so excited. And I think it was like Aflac or something. And he brought this like representative in and they came and they like spoke to us about it and everything. And they brought for a raffle, they brought like a flat screen television.
Okay.
And I remember my boss was like hyping it up. He's like, oh yeah, you know, health insurance isn't really a thing amongst hairstylists and we're going to be doing this, blah, blah, blah. And it was like the best thing ever. And then the guy came in and he's like talking about whatever they offered and like nobody was interested in it. They were like, this sounds really complicated and really shitty and like honestly I'm probably better off paying out of pocket. Like it was really crazy. Yeah. Oh, and I ended up winning that flat screen TV and my boss offered me like $150 for it and I turned him down, but I should have taken it because I don't think I ever used the TV.
He offered you $150 for the television
that I won. Yeah, for free.
Was it worth more than that?
At the time I think so.
Why would he only offer you $150? What's that about?
I don't know, because I was young and stupid. He fucking thought I was stupid.
So what'd you do with the television?
Left it in my dad's garage.
Right, because that's what you do with all your TVs.
It was small.
How small?
I think we ended up using it as a computer monitor or something.
We did?
I think.
I don't remember.
Or maybe
that.
my dad did. I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Doug Blair asked if I caught anything good. No, he fucking ran. I was trying to catch a Tim pole. So right now, on Pokemon Go, I have...
A tent pole?
Tim pole. I have this special research that I have to do where I have to catch 156 Pokemon that were originally discovered in the Unova region. And I'm only at 21. And the Tim pole is from that region... But he fucking ran away from me. So I'm very angry.
How many do I have? Did you look?
I think you were at
Oh my god,
19.
look at all the Pokemons out front of the house.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh my god, there's a Timpole. Is that what his name is? Timpole?
Yeah, get him. Don't let him run away. He's a fucking bitch. Oh, David's new to this and loves Mischief toys.
Thank you, David. That's so sweet.
Oh my god, Richard said better use some of Chris's dude wipes for that one, Heather. Pops Up NYC now just trying to figure out how early I have to get to Mike's thing also. Yeah, I wish I knew. It's gonna be I really hope that whatever he brings there like really excites people.
They're bringing them boxes.
I think it will. Yeah, but apparently we'll be able to purchase, it sounded like.
The boxes?
No. Purchase like the product, which I'm very excited about. You guys doing a meet and greet
at New York.
Oh no, I mean if anyone's going to Toy Fair or Mike's event, we would be happy to say what's up. But
we didn't plan any like outside activities or anything.
Nah,
because
we're just gonna take it sort of easy.
Well, I think it's gonna be a lot because we're gonna be at the show and then I think at night we're gonna try to do maybe like a dinner or something. But Saturday's gonna be booked because we're going to the show, and then after that. We're going to be over at Mike's thing for the evening probably.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. What else we got? Anything else?
I'm trying. Chris's eyes are watering from getting crop dusted.
I said that, yeah. I was dying over here.
Dean Blockley has Minisos in Australia. The product fits the store.
There you go.
And I think that's very interesting. I'm curious what other lines are going to come out with. Like, if they did, like, a horror thing, like, they'd probably... Oh, cool.
I called a ditto.
I did that earlier, too. Was it the... What was it?
The little Burgermite iceberg thing.
Yep. He was a ditto for me, too. So, it must just be across the game.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I would imagine, like, if... Now, I don't know what he has planned, but if Mike were to drop like a horror figure, I bet it would be like a Hot Topic type thing.
That'd be cool.
But that's even if he's doing larger. I mean, I guess Miniso is sort of a large store.
Mike's gonna be doing Mike things. I don't think he's gonna do horror. I think he's gonna do cutesy fun.
But what if that's what Dave's into, and he sort of pushes for like cutesy? What if they do cutesy creepy?
They could.
You know?
I really think
I don't
that's
know Mike enough to know what he's fucking into.
I think he's into...
Right?
No.
I know he's into retro stuff.
He likes retro fun stuff. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And he likes the song and dance, too.
Yeah. Heather's farts account for a 6.37% increase in greenhouse gases. Heather's farts knock out everyone. Just ask Sam Sudley. Sam is still recovering, said Damien.
Oh, Heather's farts are just disgusting.
Sorry.
You're saying sorry like you feel bad.
I don't.
It's not true.
Doug said get him a Capri Sun stat.
Capri Sun?
Yeah, Sam. Justin said when they went public, it was like the soul of the company went out the window, especially when they fired all those artists who really upped the detail level of the figures. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was shitty.
But unfortunately, I don't think that was a call, from the people who worked there. Like, because we kept putting it on Brian the whole time, thinking that was like his call. But he was answering to a board of people. It was like a board.
Yeah.
So you don't have much say when it comes to how money is traveling around in that business and what the things that they're doing.
Yeah,
they got to make
sure
they're making the right. They got to make
yeah.
sure that they're making money and they're making the stockholders happy. And if they're not making them happy, stockholders are going to be like, "Yeah, you got to figure this out, and you need to figure this out now."
Yeah, or peace out, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Doug said, Heather, wait until tomorrow morning when the Road to Unova tour starts at 10 a.m. Is that 10 a.m. Eastern, Doug? I know that they're doing a spotlight hour on Tuesday, which I'm super stoked for. I didn't realize that was starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Esme, we think that the documentary will release in likely the next 2 to 3 weeks. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I don't know, Heather.
Okay, we're not sure. Never mind. Scratch that. We don't know. Mischief Toys should come to Scotland. God knows we need some cheering up. Cheering up from what? Have you seen the U.S.? It's crazy over here. I'm causing earthquakes with my butt alone.
Right. Yeah, Heather's butt is causing trouble here in the U.S. Yeah, I'd love to make it to other places and other countries and stuff like that. That would be so much fun. I wish I could get on an airplane. I'm just such a big wimp.
I don't think it's necessarily about that.
But I really want to go to San Diego badly. I just want to go there so bad and be able to be a part of San Diego Comic-Con. All these years, it's sort of you watch it from afar and you're just like, man, I wish I could be there. Especially with Mischief Toys, because I want to get out there to see all of the West Coasters and people who are causing mischief on the West Coast. So maybe one day we'll have to find a way to get out there. Okay, I am literally falling apart slowly.
Yeah,
and I've been falling apart all day. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like crap, like really bad. But I want to first off, before we go, I want to thank everybody for being a patron. If you're a patron, patreon.com/Gastlecast. If you want to become a patron, last night we gave away a bunch of stuff. Our patrons came together, gave us a long list of notes of things they want to see from Mischief Toys, a particular character, and much, much more. It was an incredible call. I would say, I always say this, but I think that was my favorite call we've ever had. I felt like we were all so interwoven and connected and talking about something that we actually gave a shit about, right? We're talking about a character from Mischief Toys that we want to see doing, looking great and doing great and fun things in the future for Mischief Toys. So I feel like we're closer and closer to doing. That's cool. I feel like we're closer and closer to perfecting this brand new or this figure, this character. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm saying, by the way. I think I'm falling apart here.
I made
Blue is holding a pen.
Artist Blue.
Look at that.
He's holding a pencil.
He's
I
holding
don't know how I did it because look, it's like it's gonna come right out.
Boom. This said maybe take the train across the U.S. to SDCC.
So you're saying you're saying you want the Gastlecast to get on a train.
Okay, why did you say that? That sounds weird.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I don't mean anything. I'm just being fucking dumb.
Okay. So what you're saying is that you want Gastlecast to get on a train. It's just really weird. It's just weird how you say it. I don't know where you're going with that. Come to the West Coast and I'll show you guys some California. Hell yeah. California love. And we can go out for some amazing Mexican food. Hell yeah.
California love? Are you hitting on us, Zombie Monkey?
I hope so.
Because if so, we'll be right there.
Brian Barrick and I, we went out in New York. We all got Mexican food.
It was the best Mexican food that me and Chris had ever had. And Brian Barrick fucking turned his nose up at it. He was like, I'm getting a fucking burger.
Oh, Justin, thank you. You're sweet, man. Thank you, guys, for being so accessible when it comes to the direction of Mischief Toys. You guys have something real special, and I love being a small part of it. MT rules. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
I really want this to be more of a community-centric toy business, and the things that we're doing. I really want to hear that fans want it. They want to see it. Instead of always being sort of secretive and blindsiding with different figures. Now, I think it's awesome to have figures that are hidden and you don't know what's coming, but at least, kind of, hey, what do you feel about this? Or what do you feel about that? I think Patreon's a good place for that. Now, Heather, do you have an update about the other Patreon thing that we were going to do? Any news on that?
No, I mean, I have it pretty much set up and ready to go, but
okay.
I think we need to be at like a good place for that to happen.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I don't want to discuss time frames now.
But can you? So what it is basically a Patreon, but it's not going to be a Patreon because we're doing it on our own.
So we need to come up with something to call it. I would say no.
Oh,
I mean, we keep comparing it to Patreon. It's not.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's essentially a membership that there's gonna be
Thank
a
you,
window.
Michael Price. Love you, dude.
There's going to be a window for you to sign up for this thing. And it's not going to be a long window. You can't just buy in at any point in time. You get like, I would imagine like maybe a 2-week buy-in window type thing. And if you miss it, then if we do it again next year, then you'd sign up next year. But essentially, for X amount of months, we're going to do X amount of polls. And we'll email everybody who's a part of this thing and say, okay, new polls up, and they'll go to a special section of the website that only those people can see, and they'll vote on something as a community.
Can they chat there?
No.
I want there to be a chat element. Is there a way to figure that out?
No. There is not. I may be able to work on something, but it won't be with the polls. So I don't...
So there literally would just be polling, right? Mm-hmm. That's it?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which I mean, if we need to rethink this and that's something that you are adamant about, then we would have to turn to a service such as Patreon.
Right.
But the issue with Patreon is it's not very user-friendly for us for what we want to do.
I understand.
And there's other services, but they don't, like, none of them provide everything that we're looking for.
I got it.
In a service.
I got it.
So I think that's where the calls would come in. Where we had planned on doing a call occasionally, maybe like once every other month we would maybe set it.
Right.
And maybe we could chat there.
Okay.
Type thing.
Yeah.
But what it is
you can't build a chat function in the website, like under the polling or anything?
I don't believe that you can.
All right.
that's not something you told me that you wanted, and I thought I had everything set up.
That's okay. I'm not saying that's a must, but I'm just saying it was something I'm asking about.
Yeah. So I guess before I was thrown off track, basically what people are going to be doing is voting to build their very own Mischief Toys figure. So
as a group.
Yeah, as a group. So the first thing that people would vote on would be like what character they want to see. And then, for example, like Ghastly, the next question would be like, what mold do you want to see? But with Demonstro and Mortem, we only have the two mold, like standard Demonstro and standard Mortem that you've seen. So with Ghastly, you would be able to choose what mold you want. With Demonstro or Mortem, the next question would be something different. It wouldn't be what mold, because there's only one Mortem and one Demonstro. So, then you might choose a theming or color, or maybe, do you want a special feature like glow in the dark or flocked, or do you just want it to be standard? So it'll lead into like the box. What's the box going to look like? What's the theming? What's the story? And things like that. So, I think it'll be
You're gonna have your
very
hands
fun.
in everything, basically.
Yeah.
You're gonna be behind the figure, behind the box. Your names are gonna be printed inside the box when the figure finally comes to fruition. But based off of all the things that you're gonna be voting on, we hand all that to an artist. The artist takes that and makes basically takes all those items that you voted on and like kind of an amalgamation makes the figure. So is it a glow in the dark Grim Reaper, a glow in the dark Mortem, with a black light, scythe. Maybe it's a skull, and then maybe there's some horror, color, blood spatter features or something, right? So basically, you'll be able to do whatever the hell you want. And what I think is cool about this is that everybody will vote. All those votes will come out to be, black light, glow in the dark, or whatever. You guys select what's what, and then all those things, all those polls sort of go together. It goes to the artist. Artist develops something, and then you see what you've created. So it's you're blindly creating something, and I think that's the most interesting part about it is that it's an out of the box thinking sort of thing. It's just for me, it's so far different, and the reason why we came up with this idea, or at least I did, was I wanted to see something like this. There isn't anything out on the market that I'm aware of that's like this. And I think that is going to be incredibly fun. So I have a feeling that the very first figure is going to end up being a Mortem. I just have a feeling. But I would say that I would recommend that people choose Ghastly, only in the fact that we have so many Ghastly molds. So you could make a Vampire Ghastly if you wanted to and do something fun with him.
Yeah.
But then you might also have people in there that are voting. It's like a group of people who are voting to just make something goofy, like weird. And so the end result is something really weird looking. You know what I mean? Like something that you would never even think to make.
Yeah.
So it could be something like that. But this is something that we want to get off the ground and play around with. And it would be the first time we've ever done it. You would be paying into it, and then it's basically consider it a pre-order, because then eventually down the line, when they're manufactured, that's when we would ship it out to you. But the problem is that we would have to have you pay a lump sum up front for this. But what would be included is a monthly call.
I don't think I would say monthly. I would do bi-monthly.
It might actually be more than one time a month. And the only reason why I'm saying that is that we have to figure this out. We got to figure out what works for us. We also have to figure out the communications. There's a lot in this first run to like tell us what needs to be done to make this a hit, and two, make sure it works. So we're figuring it out as we go along. So it could be once, or it could be bi-monthly, or it could be every single month, or it could be every couple of weeks. I don't know. We're just going to have to see how it goes.
And it's not going to be a late at night thing.
No,
and I don't think we're going to...
we're not even going to say what it is. So in the future, we'll come up with whatever that's going to be. But I hope you guys are on board with it. It'll be something different. Far different than maybe anything you've ever done in terms of collectibles. And something I hope that people really, really enjoy.
Yeah, I think they will. I am incredibly excited for this, and I think this will be like such a fun project.
I agree. So over the next couple of months, we're going to figure this out. And I hope we can do it in the next couple of months. Also, we talked at New York Comic Con about minis. I think we figured out a way to get that.
We talked to New York Comic Con about minis.
We talked to Night of Mischief. Sorry, I meant at New York Comic Con. But at Night of Mischief, we talked about minis, and I feel like we're getting that off the ground too, which I'm really excited about. That's sort of a passion project. I really want to see that come to fruition. So there's a lot coming for Mischief Toys. We talked last night on Patreon, just lightly, I want to mention this, that we're trying to come up with ways, where we can do smaller items, where maybe they aren't as expensive as some of our other things. That way more people can be involved in the fun and collect and do all sorts of cool things, because we know the way of the world right now. So more information coming about that very, very soon. Mischief Toys is going to grow this year in a real big way, in a different way, and see what kind of directions we can go in. And I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are there with us. If you haven't, go to MischiefToys.com, sign up for our newsletter, follow us on Instagram at Mischief Toys, and also find our group on Facebook called Mischief Toys. Go and join. It's a great group, and there's a lot of buy, sell, trade stuff going on in there. We also post stuff in there. I really want to do more giveaways in there. I haven't done much of that, and I say this every time, like, we're going to do that, and then it doesn't happen, but that's something I want to do. Tomorrow's Monday. What are we doing for Monday?
Don't know.
Come up with a word, Heather. What do you want to do? Come on, baby.
I really don't know. I'm sorry.
Heather, come on. I'm always having to come up with the words. You gotta
Green.
come up with the... Excuse me?
Green.
Green?
Yeah, green.
Where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know. I'm looking at a green hat right there. Green. You told me to come.
Wouldn't that be better for like St. Patrick's Day?
Okay, Christmas.
You're ridiculous. You can't come up with anything.
I don't know. Jewelry?
Green. What did you just say?
Jewelry?
Jewelry.
Hmm?
Jewelry.
What about yellow? Green will be for St. Patrick's Day. You're right. Let's do yellow.
Yellow?
Hmm? Did I ever tell you about the one time I had a boyfriend? Sort of. He wasn't really a boyfriend.
So, I gotta use the bathroom.
I'm telling you about this.
I know, but can I use the bathroom?
No, because we're going to sign off.
I know, but I gotta go to use the bathroom. I'm telling you. Like, something's happening to me.
Okay.
And it might not end well.
Should we just get off of here?
Huh?
So you're telling me I have to entertain these people?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. Yeah, Scott with yellow. That's exactly what I was thinking of when I came up with that word. That sounds horrible. So what I didn't mention is Scott is banned from participating tomorrow. Oh, no. Yeah, I feel a lot of pressure. I always feel a lot of pressure. I feel like Chris and I work very well together, but me alone, I don't know how to entertain anybody besides my cats. Tell the old boyfriend story. Okay. I had he was like my first boyfriend, but he wasn't really a boyfriend. He never asked me to be his girlfriend, but he treated me like I was his girlfriend until he was a piece of shit. There's no one here to high five. Hey. Anyway, when you would call him, he would answer the phone and he'd be like, "Yellow." I should have broken up with him for that. That was fucking disgusting. Does anyone actually do that? I don't know if they do. Ooh, tomorrow's National Tortilla Chip Day. No, it isn't. Is it really? National Tortilla Chip Day. February 24th. Chris! I gotta call him. He's not gonna like this. I think he's pooping. He's definitely pooping. I hear his phone ringing, but he's not answering.
Hello?
Hey. How you doing in there?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, good, thank God. Hey, listen, Tech just told me that tomorrow is National Tortilla Chip Day. Do you want to do, like, chips and salsa?
Okay, I gotta go.
No, you're going.
A lot.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
Bye. Okay. I don't know what tomorrow's going to be. It's either yellow or chips and salsa. I don't know. Tell us your most embarrassing fart. Honestly, I don't really get embarrassed by farts. You know what I did think about the other day? Oh my god, me and my best friend have, like, so much fun together all the time. So, especially in, like, middle school and high school. So one thing that my grandma always did was, like, on holidays, like President's Day, Martin Luther King Day, like all those holidays you would have off for school that were holidays she had off because she worked at a bank. She would take us shopping. We would go to malls and we would get, like, all the best deals, right? And one time my best friend came with us. So it was me, my best friend, and my grandma. Well, my most exciting investment was a fart machine. I had been eyeing it up at Spencer's for, like, 6 months. And finally, I was like, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to get it. And I got myself a fart machine. So it's this little thing. It's shaped like this. And it's like a half oval that's, like, flat on the bottom. And you would turn it on, and then you had a little remote. And the remote had a clip, so, like, if you wanted to, I guess you could clip it to your pants. I don't know. They thought way too much of that remote. But you would press the button, and it would fart. Well, for whatever reason, we decided that while we were walking around the mall, we would take the fart machine. And she had it in her purse. And we would, like, be walking by people, and I would, like, press the button. And I would set it to, like, the realest sounding farts. Because, like, they were all in order. So I knew, like, where, like, the really good, like, real farts were. I would set it to that, and I would hit it. And people would get, like, so freaked out because they thought that she was, like, farting right next to them. So then, at one point, it was, like, around lunchtime, I guess, we had to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay, what if you pretend like you have to poop really bad? And I just, like, let it go. And she's like, oh my god, this is awesome. So she walks into the bathroom, and there was a line. Well, she starts, like, sort of scurrying, and she's like, excuse me. And I'm just, like, fucking making her fart the whole way to a stall. And nobody questioned her. Nobody got mad at her because they thought that she was, like, shitting her pants. God, that was so stupid. We used to do dumb stuff like that all the time. Tell the 1 year of Chris's fart reaction snap video story again. Oh god, that was such a disappointment. So what happened was someone said, like, create like a second Snapchat that's you, and don't log into it or open it for a whole year. And then at the end of the year, you can, like, view all of your stories. It'll be, like, you know, everything you did that year. And it'll be, like, looking back on all that. Well, apparently Snapchat only saves snaps for a certain period of time. So I was really disappointed. But for one whole year, I had a Snapchat of me just recording Chris's reactions to my farts. And I was so proud of it. I had to have made at least, like, 200 or 300 videos. It was obscene. And we sat down on, like, New Year's Eve, I think it was, and we went to, like, play it, and there was only, like, the last 2 weeks worth, and it was such a bummer. I was so upset over it. Oh my god, Doug Blair, someone taped a fart machine to a girl's chair in 6th grade. That's so messed up. Heather, what's currently your favorite gas? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I would say maybe, it changes every day. But I really like Vampire Ghastly. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, it had to be in the hundreds. Like, well over 200 for sure. I mean, it was a whole year. There's 365 days in a year, right? And we were living together at the time, so I see him every fucking day. And I got a lot of farts. I mean, you guys saw like 4 or 5 tonight. At least. Heather and her friend were 17 at the time. So, we weren't far from it. I think we were like 15 or 16 when we went. I think that was the same day. Man, I've just always liked really goofy shit. And we walked into Spencer. I think it was the same day that I got this. I walked into Spencer's and I found a trucker hat. This was when trucker hats were big. Like, remember when Paris Hilton wore trucker hats and then all of a sudden everybody wore trucker hats? I got a trucker hat that said "Rock out with your cock out," and I thought my dad would find it funny, but he like got really fucking mad.
This is what's happening
Yeah.
while I'm in the restroom?
Yeah.
Good God Almighty! Can you scoot over?
Yeah.
Now you're making things weird. What do you mean buying hats? Why would you buy a hat that said that?
I thought it was funny.
God, Heather.
Heather, would you get a pop of Chris made, and if so, would you stick pins in it like voodoo style? No, that's mean. That's mean. We do have we each have a couple pops that we made, and that someone else made of us too.
We have Gastleys that look like us.
Yeah, we do.
They're right here. You wouldn't stick pins in it?
No.
Look at these guys.
You seem like you're in better spirits. Did that poop wash the cold out of you?
No.
Oh.
I feel better, though. A little bit better.
Good.
I was in pretty rough shape. There we are. Look at us. Hey! All right. You ready? What, are you going to show it again?
Huh?
See, at least I left the room when I farted and did a poop. You did it right here. Right in the fishbowl.
What
It's
fishbowl?
disgusting. This little fishbowl that we're living in here. And you're pooping inside the tank. What?
It's our studio.
Okay. I think that's it. That's all we've got. We love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Anything else?
No, thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing us to ramble. We lost a lot of subscribers since I've been talking. I mean, not subscribers, viewer, but maybe subscribers. I don't know.
Everybody left. As soon as I left, they all left.
Yeah.
No, Heather, they love you. They didn't want to hear about that weird trucker hat you had. Okay. See you, everybody. We love you.
Okay.
What?
No, nothing.
But your dad?
Nothing.
He was angry?
No.
He wasn't angry about that hat?
Nothing.
Okay. Love you guys. See ya. Bye. Have a good week. Be good to each other. Don't be dicks.
Oh, hey, yellow or
Yellow.
tortilla chips?
Do you want to make it tortilla chips?
I really do like tortilla chips. Okay, let's do a vote before we go. Yellow or tortilla chips? Or chips and salsa? What's it going to be? This is a live poll. A live poll.
Yellow or tortilla chips?
Well, they're like 30 seconds or so behind, so we're not going to see anything just yet.
Chips and salsa?
Tortilla chips, yellow, or chips and salsa? Wow. Chips. I actually have scoops right in front of me.
Chips and salsa. Tortilla, chips and salsa. So you want to do chips and salsa?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, we'll do chips and salsa.
Yay!
Okay. Chips and...
Or just chips. What if we just do chips? Because what if people don't have salsa?
Because it's National Tortilla Day?
Why don't you do tortilla chips? What if they don't like salsa?
It's tortilla chips, right? That's how you pronounce it?
Tortilla.
Tortilla.
Yes. Double L's makes a Y noise. Tortilla.
Double L makes a Y noise.
Yep, tortilla.
Cool. Thanks. I'm glad you said that.
Yep.
Makes sense. Okay, let me fix this.
Tortilla.
Tortilla lips. That's what you have after you eat them.
What does that mean?
Your lips, they taste like a tortilla.
How do you know? You kiss me after I eat tortilla chips?
Heather, I think we both know the answer to that.
No?
You eat tortilla chips on a regular basis. I'm always tasting them tortilla chips. You are a tortilla chip.
Good. That makes me proud.
Tortilla chip. Okay, cool.
Tortilla.
That's it. Love you guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
We'll have more news coming from Toy Fair this weekend, but leading up to it, we'll be hanging out talking more about Mike Becker, Funko, and everything else in between, okay?
Bye.
I love you guys. See you, Dave. Dave's awesome. He's a new fan. Thanks, Dave, for being a new fan. We appreciate you, buddy.
He goes by David. I don't know if he likes the name.
Oh, David. Sorry, Dave. David. See you, David. Why'd you make it weird?
Listen,
we're developing a friendship, and now you're telling me
he's a new fan. You don't know if he likes Dave or David, so let's just go by what he goes by on YouTube for now.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Look, do you see that?
I see it.
He prefers David, not Dave. Told you.